Pascal Siakam knew there would be smoke with the Phoenix Suns, but he didn't realize Devin Booker would be in his bag and his Birkin. Indiana Pacers got all they could handle from D-Book early on. How about Devin Booker cooking? Let's keep in mind, this is a dude that scored 70 points in a basketball game before himself, and this dude was well on his way to that in this one. How about a 29-point first quarter from Booker? Despite him scoring 70 in the past, that's the most he's ever scored in the quarter. Second quarter, Obi Toppin and the Pacers showed no fear. Obi Toppin coming down in transition, putting it between his legs. Kind of calmly, to be honest with you. Ain't no way that man just did that calmly like that in the middle of a basketball game. And then it's Toppin to Siakam for the deuce. Devin Booker gets a look from Kevin Durant, and Book once again knocks it down. Kind of cooled off in the second, did Book. He had 37 in the first half, so who the heck am I to judge him? Third quarter, the Pacers as a team continue to have the high hand. Not just one guy, a lot of guys for Indiana had the high hand. We go to the fourth, Pacers down 5. It's Booker. Devin Booker's got 62 points, ladies and gentlemen, but he does not have the game in hand for his Suns just yet. Andrew Nembhard, he had 22 points. That bucket ties the game up at 131. Pacers get a chance to win it late. Siakam had 31, but he hadn't had a game winner, but Obi Toppin does. Toppin puts the Pacers up a deuce. Can Booker close out his great night with a three-pointer at the buzzer? It's no good after Book slips. The Suns, despite Booker excellence, fall to the Pacers 133-131. If you are like me and love flexing your NBA knowledge, you should head over to the best place to play fantasy sports. That's Underdog Fantasy. For me, I love the pick'em game. It's super simple to play too. All you gotta do is go to the Underdog Fantasy website or app, pick whether a player will have a higher or lower stat line for that game, get all your picks right, and you can win up to 20 times your money. And when you sign up, if you use my code FERRO, your deposit will get doubled. You can't beat that. Again, head over to today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy's website or app, use my code FERRO, and your first deposit will get doubled. KarlAnthony Towns' biggest scoring night of his NBA career happened against the Charlotte Hornets at the Target Center. Towns was cooking early. This dude had 20 points in the first quarter, and he wasn't done. Second quarter, Cat still shooting. 8 for 9 from the three-point line was Cat in the first half. Towns, at this point, it's just get out the way and give KarlAnthony the ball. If you are a Minnesota T-Wolf, Towns still lighting it up. Bang! Minnesota T-Wolves history, 44 points in the first half. Third quarter, it's more Towns down the lane. Nobody stopping him. This dude, Cat, doing it all. How about winning the jump ball, getting that thing back, and nailing one of his 10 three-pointers? Had the audacity to grab 8 rebounds. This all a part of his 62-point game. But here's the thing. The Hornets weren't bowing down. Brandon Miller had 27. Miles Bridges with a clear-cut lane to the basket. And then P.J. Washington gonna give the Hornets the lead. Charlotte looking to spoil Cat's big night. With the T-Wolves down a point, they put the ball in the hands of Cat. It wasn't a bad decision for most of this game, but Cat does not get the foul call. Looks like he got fouled. Refs don't call it. Hornets make a couple of free throws. Now Cat's got to play hero ball on his big night to force OT, and it's no good. After the game, Minnesota coaches admitted that they kind of played into Charlotte's hand by just letting Towns cook, but not getting other guys involved, i.e. Edwards, only having 9 points as the Hornets stun the T-Wolves 128-125. A very interesting affair between maybe two soon-to-be rivals, Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks, hosting Tyrese Halliburton and the very much so talked about Pacers first quarter. For good reason they're being discussed, because Tyrese Halliburton's been balling. After the throwdown from Halliburton, though, you see him bump into the Greek freak Giannis. Tyrese like, yo, what was that about? Let's keep the action moving. Giannis doing a lot of moving. He throws down the easy dunk, not once, but when your game's so nice and you're the Greek freak, you probably should do it twice. Bucks take the 7-point lead. Other end, Halliburton floats it in midway through the second. Giannis tries to pull off an incredible no-look pass to Andre Jackson, who's able to gather it, get it to Dame, who nails the three. That three-pointer ties Dame for 5th all-time on threes made with Kyle Korver. We're still in the second, and Tyrese is still posterizing guys. This dude's more bouncy than I thought. Pacers hanging around. It's Halliburton inside the mouth, turning just like that. We got a 1-point game in Milwaukee. Dame says, no, we don't. That three puts Dame in 5th place alone for three-pointers made all time. Giannis probably not going to break records for threes, but he still put up a lot of points despite not making any threes in this basketball game. The Greek freak goes berserk in the second half, and the Pacers have had enough. Aaron Nesmith puts a hard foul on Giannis. You see his brother, the Nash, is on the sidelines about to lose it. Bobby Portis not happy about the hard foul either on the Greek freak. And that just sets Giannis off. With 7 minutes to go in the fourth, Giannis just says, all right, y'all fouling me hard? I'm not even going to give y'all an opportunity to get to me. Giannis with just clear paths drives all over the pace. Indiana had no response for the Greek freak. 24-32 from the free throw line. Giannis already over the 50-point marker here. The Greek freak ain't done yet, though. He's got a career high on his mind. And with this dunk, Giannis Antetokounmpo scores that career high with 64 points. He wants the game ball afterwards, and apparently he's willing to chase Indiana into the locker room. We later found out they gave the game ball, the Pacers did, to their rookie Oscar Tshiebwe, who scored his first point in this game. Giannis scored 63 more, though. He probably is going to get that game ball. Indiana falls to the Bucks 140-126. Joel Embiid looks stunned at the height on rookie Victor Wembanyama. By the end of this highlight, Wembanyama will be stunned of the game that Embiid's got. Spurs hosting the Sixers first quarter. Embiid and Wembanyama going basket for basket until Embiid says, well, I'm just better right now. How about a 24-point first quarter for Joel Embiid? But trust and believe his historic night was just getting started. Could Wembanyama hijack Embiid's big night? He throws it down. And look at this jump shot over Wemby goes Embiid. And then the tip in from Joel is good. Wembanyama trying his darnest. Look at him go around Embiid. 18 points for Wemby at the half. Embiid, by the way, had 34 points at the half. Third quarter, look at it. Little boy day tomorrow. Embiid just bully balls Wembanyama for the deuce. But Wemby ain't scarred. How about Wembanyama? He put up 33 points, but he only played 26 minutes. And the thing is, Embiid played more and dominated more. Joel Embiid going crazy with the scores, even had the audacity to get an assist or two in his big night. He had 5 dimes, but a lot more points. Joel Embiid had 59 points through 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, here's a 60-piece. We're passing by Allen Iverson for most points scored in the game by a Sixer. And Embiid's not done. With his team up 14, the only question left is how many points would the big fella get? And as that Philadelphia crowd erupts, ladies and gentlemen, the answer to that question is 70 points for Joel Embiid, a Philadelphia 76ers franchise record he passed by Wilt Chamberlain. 70 points, 18 rebounds, 5 assists. Embiid has his historic night in a win as the Sixers beat the Spurs. Two guys that were once traded for each other on draft night, now NBA rivals. Luka Donic and the Dallas Mavericks take Atlanta to deal with Trae Young and the Hawks. First quarter. Let's just say if I were Dallas, I would think I got the better end of the trade. Luka nails 18 points in the first. On the other end, it's Bogdanovich to Jalen Johnson who throws it down. But I want you to keep your eyes on number 77. He got close to it. That's called a tease in the business. Luka with the score. On the other end, it's Bogdanovich. He had 24 points. How about Derrick Jones Jr. on the baseline? Relentless in his approach, and he wouldn't be denied on that possession. Luka wouldn't be denied in this entire game. The Don putting the business on the Hawks in State Farm Arena at the half. Luka had 41 points. That's the most ever by a Dallas Maverick in the first half. And guess what? Luka wasn't done. At this point, Doncic just going in his bag, and it's Shenane. Luka breaking the scoring mark for a Dallas Maverick. Now it's chasing the history books for any NBA player on any NBA team. Luka's already over 60 in the fourth. The Mavs are up 9. DeJounte Murray nails the 3. We got a tight game, which means Luka keeps playing. Now the Don is at 69 points and one made it 70. We've seen guys get 70 of recent. Does Luka got more magic in his tank? Well, first off, Jalen Johnson makes it a 4-point game. Here's Luka with under a minute to go. How about Doncic? Another and one to cap off 73 points for number 77. The Dallas Mavericks, walking your trap and take over your trap, going to Atlanta and let Luka lead them to a 148-143 victory on Doncic's historic night.
I want to salute you, homie, for building your own thing and doing your own thing.
Why build theirs when I believe I can build my own?
You've already done it, or I wouldn't be here.
I'm already the only elite sports and music journalist in the game today. My goal is simple, to be the best there's ever been. So, please don't go. Make sure you subscribe and follow the journey. It truly means everything to me. I tell stories. I talk music. I cover sports. I am culture. I am FERRO.